Hey everyone, I'm waiting.
I'm mourning.
Welcome to our channel. Right now, we're standing beneath a massive 21-meter tall Christmas tree. We want to wish every single one of you watching a very Merry Christmas. Today, Morning and I decided to go out and buy our own Christmas tree. We ended up at this huge market packed with holiday decorations. Just as we were browsing, a mysterious shop owner suddenly called us over. She led us to her stall and promised us the lowest price in the entire market. And honestly, her offer completely caught us off guard. Later in the video, you'll also see something pretty incredible. Right next to a sleek, high-end office tower stands a temple that's over 1,000 years old. There's a vegetarian all-you-can-eat buffet inside, and it costs less than $3 per person. After that, we stumbled upon a canal boat tour. For just $4, you get a 7-hour cruise. Would you be tempted to hop on? Then we wandered the streets, soaking in the city's Christmas vibe. What happens when Christmas meets traditional Chinese elements? It's a sight you have to see. By the end of the day, we brought home our very own Christmas tree. I'll show you how it looks all decorated at the very end of the video, and I'll reveal the price too. You might just fall in love with it. So come along with Waiting and Mourning as we take you into the real, everyday Christmas spirit here in China. Let's get started.
Morning!
We headed out pretty early this morning. While crossing the street, we couldn't help but notice the lush greenery spilling out from under an overpass. We just made it to the sidewalk before the countdown hit 0. This modern office building in front of us is all glass, with these bold cantilevered sections that really stand out. It breaks away from the usual boxy skyscraper look. Right across the street is a middle school, and just a little further ahead, there's an ancient temple, an office tower, a school, and a 1,000-year-old temple all side by side. Isn't that such an interesting mix? I was just marveling at how spacious and empty the lobby felt when Morning spotted something incredible. We turned the corner, and there it was, this enormous Christmas tree. Its size honestly took my breath away. This whole area seems pretty new, and there weren't many people around yet, so we pretty much had the moment all to ourselves. Behind the tree, you can see residential towers. These look like luxury units. Morning noticed a cantilevered viewing platform right in front of the tree and was impressed by how the designers played with structural forces. The closer we got, the more massive that 21-meter tree felt. Have you ever stood next to one that tall? It's covered in bells, flowers, and twinkling lights. I bet it looks magical at night. Morning found a rendering of the building on a sign. The contrast between this ultra-modern office tower and the ancient temple nearby is just wild. We're standing right under the tower now. Once we cross the road, we'll be at the temple itself. I can't wait to experience it up close. This temple is called Hangzhou Temple. It was first built in 978 AD, so it's over 1,000 years old. Throughout history, it's been destroyed and rebuilt several times. The incense here burns strong. You'll see plenty of devoted Buddhists and regular visitors coming to pay their respects. There's this ancient tree with low-hanging branches, but the space underneath is huge. Lots of people sit in its shade to rest. Morning absolutely loves that feeling of being enveloped by the tree. We've arrived at the famous vegetarian restaurant everyone talks about. The entrance is lined with potted plants, and even a small fruit stand. The place only opens for lunch and dinner at set times, and it's all you can eat for less than $3 per person. Inside, it's already packed. The walls are decorated with beautiful traditional paintings and calligraphy. You pay at the door, grab your tray and utensils, and we're ready to find a spot. We'll drop our things first and come back for food. Up front is the open kitchen area. Whenever a dish starts running low, the staff brings out fresh ones to keep everyone happy. The ground floor is full, so we're heading upstairs. Everyone carries their tray carefully up the steps. The The second floor is spacious, with classic wooden tables and chairs. Each table has a little potted plant, just to brighten the mood. Most of the people eating here are local seniors and tourists. Seniors get great discounts too. 20% off for ages 60 to 79, 30% off for 80 to 89, and half price for anyone 90 and above. There's even a beautiful calligraphic piece of the character for Buddha, hanging by the stairs. Time for me to load up my plate. Veggie balls, tofu, vegetable pancakes, fried rice, stir-fried noodles, mushrooms, cauliflower, potatoes, sweet potatoes, all kinds of soy products, cold salads, hot dishes, soup, porridge, and fresh fruit. A few dishes have a little spice, but most are light and gentle on the palate. You can go back for more as many times as you like, just no wasting food. After loading up our trays, we realized our original spot had been taken. We hunted for new seats and ended up by the window, with a beautiful view of the scenery outside. One of the most unique things about Chinese vegetarian cuisine is how it uses ingredients like tofu and mushrooms. With clever knife work and seasoning, chefs recreate the look and texture of meat, fish, or even seafood. But the flavor is all about bringing out the natural sweetness and freshness of the ingredients themselves. The rooftop of this restaurant is pure classic Chinese architecture, exposed wooden beams and frames, very traditional. Yet these old-style structures often turn out to be the most durable and long-lasting. When everyone's finished, they clear their own trays and hand them to the staff. No one's watching. People just do it because it's the right thing to do. After lunch, we headed to a massive wholesale trade center. While waiting at a traffic light, we noticed construction going on right there. It's surprising to see new buildings still going up so close to the city center. Once we crossed the street, I spotted an automated battery swap station. Each numbered slot holds a big battery pack. Electric bicycle can pull up anytime. Swap out their drained battery for a fully charged one, and leave the old one to recharge. It's a system anyone can use. Super convenient and eco-friendly. Just then, a minor accident happened on the road. A bus and a sedan bumped into each other. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The bus driver was taking photos for evidence, while the owner of the white sedan checked the damage. It looked like the bus had just pulled away from its stop when it happened. A police car drove by, slowed down to take a look, then continued on. This kind of thing falls under traffic police jurisdiction, not regular patrol. We finally arrived at the trade center. This place has been open for nearly 30 years and is currently getting a renovation. You can see workers hauling goods around. It's huge, about 90,000 square meters. The ground floor is mostly clothing, shoes, bags, kitchenware, and household items. The mall was pretty quiet. These days, most people shop online. So, the ones browsing in person are mainly seniors who still prefer coming to the stores to touch and choose things themselves. We stepped into the first shop selling Christmas decorations. Our eyes were immediately drawn to this sparkling Christmas tree. I went straight to the owner to ask about prices. I noticed the shop also carried traditional Chinese festival items: red envelopes, lanterns, candles, hanging ornaments, couplets, and stickers. I asked about the tree out front. The owner stood up and explained. The 2.1 meter gold one is $54, and the green one of the same height is $65. The gold tree has fiber optic lights woven in, so every branch twinkles. The green one costs more because it comes with extra ornaments. But the cheapest option is the one on the far right, just $14, though you'd need to buy decorations separately. What do Christmas trees usually cost where you are? Morning was captivated by the Christmas wreaths hanging above the shop. They were decorated with pine cones, flowers, fairy lights, and foliage. The owner quoted $6.50 each, saying the quality materials and craftsmanship justified the price. To compare, we moved on to a second shop. This tree was covered in boughs and bells of all sizes, and every bell actually rings. Morning absolutely loved it. She thought the styling was trendy and beautiful, so she asked me to check the price.
你好，老板，门口那两个2.4米的圣诞树，左边和右边挺好看的两个，怎么卖啊？
I also inquired about the snow-flocked tree next to it. The owner said $120. Fully decorated with lights, just plug it in and go. The one Morning adored was over $142. Since we hadn't shown strong buying intent yet, owners often give a vague price first and adjust based on your reaction. Maybe worried we'd balk at the price, the owner pointed out a 2.4-meter tree with purple ornaments. Just the tree itself, without extras, was $40. Following the music playing in the shop, we noticed these unique lamp posts. The taller one was $54, the shorter $37. I was drawn to the snowmen nearby. The 1-meter snowman was quoted at $28, and the smaller one at $23. They're made of foam, super light, so we felt the prices were a bit high. The owner invited us inside to see more. There was another snowman that looked even more realistic and detailed than the ones outside. Of course, it was pricier, over $42. Kids who grow up in southern China love snowmen, because it almost never snows there in winter. Still, the price made us hesitate. The shop also had mailboxes and postboxes in all kinds of designs. It was overwhelming. Only here did we realize just how many Christmas decoration options there are. Morning loved every single one. She even spotted Santa riding in a hot air balloon hanging from the ceiling. The large one was $64, the smaller $40. We decided to check a few more shops. At the corner, we saw rows of beckoning cats. In China, these lucky cats are super common in stores. They're believed to bring wealth and good fortune. We hope one brings a little luck to you watching right now. If you're enjoying the video, please subscribe to our channel. It means the world to us and keeps us motivated. Just as we were leaving, a woman in white seemed to be watching us. She came over and asked if we were shopping for Christmas items. She said her shop, deeper inside the mall, is the biggest one here. The 2 stores we just visited were still selling stock from 4 years ago, no new styles. Hers comes straight from the factory, and she invited us to take a look, promising the lowest prices. She pointed to a double-headed lamppost, $128 online, but she'd do $85 for us today. The smaller street lamp was $28. They're made of durable acrylic, tough, lightweight, and look great anywhere. Then the big offer, a 2.6-meter tree that normally costs $170 alone. But bundled with the double lamppost, a single one, 2 reindeer, the huge tree, and all its decorations, she'd do the whole package for $170. Honestly, it was the best deal we'd heard all day, and she even offered free delivery. Would a price like that tempt you in your city? She explained she sources directly from Yiwu, where she has her own factory. That's why she can set prices herself, unlike other shops that are just resellers. Plus, Christmas is so close. If she doesn't sell now, she'd have to ship everything back to storage and pay fees until next year. Better to sell at cost. Her main business is festival decorations year-round, weddings and birthdays normally, then switching to Chinese holidays like Spring Festival, Dragon Boat, Mid-Autumn, and National Day. She said business is tough these days, and she's trying new approaches online and offline, retail and wholesale, domestic and international. Maybe because we'd been chatting so comfortably, and to close the deal, she took us deeper into her shop. If we bought, she'd throw in 2 small plush toys for free. The Santa was originally $9, the reindeer $17. She said they're export quality overstock from a branded factory very popular in China. Viewers, have you seen these plush toys in your city? We decided to keep looking, said goodbye, and headed to the second floor. Everything we'd seen so far was artificial trees. We wanted to check real ones. The second floor sells flowers, food, groceries, even gold jewelry. Looking down, you can tell the mall is a bit dated decor from decades ago, which makes sense for a 30-plus-year-old building. We passed plenty of flower shops, but most were dimly lit and not very inviting. Then, at the end of the corridor, we spotted one with warm, welcoming lighting and some traditional Chinese touches outside. We couldn't resist going in. Morning immediately fell for a small Christmas tree in a red pot. There were 4 mini trees on the shelf, each uniquely decorated. They'd look perfect at home. We asked the price $18 each. The owner showed us other sizes too, saying these plants are easy to care for just water and sunlight. Morning admitted she's still a beginner with plants and wants to master the ones she already has. An expensive one dying on her would break her heart. Every plant in the shop was beautiful and one of a kind. You could tell the owner puts real love into them. Even after leaving, Morning kept talking about how gorgeous they were. But for us, the price was a little steep. We figured we'd try our luck at a supermarket later. Along the way, we passed some older residential neighborhoods. Modern buildings and schools on one side, classic low-rise blocks on the other. Yards full of flowers and trees. Some people even have plants spilling out their windows. On a sunny day like this, bedding was hanging out to air. Before high-rises, most of China lived in places like these: no elevators, just stairs. Fine when you're young, but tough on older folks. However, many seniors still call these neighborhoods home. You get this striking contrast: sleek new architecture on one side, old-style buildings on the other. It almost feels like time forgot this pocket, like the elders sitting at their doorsteps. We kept walking, but the scenery constantly slowed us down. Take a moment yourself, slow down, feel the day, notice the path under your feet. We decided to leave the main road and follow a quieter path along the river. This riverside spot is a popular leisure area. People love playing cards here. On a nice day, groups gather outdoors. Even with just 4 players, you'll always find a crowd watching. The river beside us is part of the famous Hangzhou Grand Canal. It's the longest and most ambitious ancient canal in the world, one of China's greatest engineering feats. Stretching 1,794 kilometers, it took nearly 1,800 years from the first sections to full connection. If you count the earliest parts, it's about 2,500 years old. And this stretch is still in active use today, commuters and cargo boats alike. We're literally benefiting from something our ancestors built 2,500 years ago. That purple boat in the distance is a sightseeing cruise, packed with passengers. The one docked nearby is being cleaned. Looks like a party just wrapped up. It's 3 decks, the bottom for the captain, middle banquet hall they're tiding, and a big open terrace up top. It probably holds around 100 people. This dock itself is historic. As we were leaving, we spotted a sign with cruise details. For just $4, you get unlimited rides all day during operating hours, stopping at 4 scenic spots. We're standing at one of them right now. Up the stairs, the top deck is a huge open terrace, perfect for views. The stone archway is a classic marker of ancient docks. We kept climbing. These items look like they were just unloaded from a boat: dishes, napkins, kitchen tools, staff uniforms. This street is lined with well-preserved buildings from the late Qing and early Republican era. Classic white walls, dark tiles, courtyard homes. It's only about 800 meters long. At a normal pace, you could walk it in the time it takes to turn a page in a book. But the stories here span over 800 years. We slowed our steps to take it all in. Lanterns hang from the trees with blessings written on them. Good health and longevity. Harmony brings wealth. Prosperity flows in. Joy that never fades. We wish the same for you watching right now. Happiness and peace. Morning loves admiring the lanterns. These ones are shaped like goldfish, mixed with traditional Chinese styles. At night, lit up, it must look like the fish are swimming through the air. One side of the street is lined with stalls selling crafts, souvenirs, cultural gifts, festival items, and all kinds of street food. These handmade Christmas trees caught our eye. Morning has knitted tons of Christmas decorations at home with yarn. I'll show them at the end of the video. A gentle breeze sent leaves fluttering down. It was pure magic. Most shops along one side are restaurants. For Christmas, everyone decks out their storefronts. And there they are again, other group gathered around a card game. People here really love their cards. There's even a local TV channel dedicated to broadcasting games. A few steps later, another table, this one all young women. Cards truly bring everyone together, no matter the age or gender. Every shop has its own unique holiday flair. Morning spotted another big Christmas tree, but it was inside a hotel. We couldn't get close. She loved the wall wrapped like a giant gift. Such a clever, budget-friendly idea that really stands out. The three characters above mean good fortune ahead, wishing us all great luck in the new year. Whether you're visiting this city or living here, you can come to this street, sip tea, chat, make crafts, enjoy food, and spend a perfect afternoon. This cafe serves desserts too. The decorations are eye-catching and full of Christmas spirit. There's a playful gingerbread man painted on the wall. The open windows blend inside and outside, beautiful from both sides. Walking on, each shop has its own style. From right to left, bookstore, glass crafts, silk shop, wooden crafts, hand-painted art, and dessert shop. Morning noticed that just one wall separates this street from residential buildings. The other side is the canal. I wonder what it's like living right in a scenic spot. Probably a bit noisy. Those three elders ahead sound like tourists from the north. We hope one day we get to travel everywhere too. If you're enjoying our video, please subscribe and give it a like. It motivates us to explore more cities and share more unique stories. Thank you for the support. Here's another fun Christmas gift idea. Bouquets made of plush holiday figures. They'll never wilt, and the recipient would be thrilled. Small ones $14, large $20. Another Christmas tree, this one pink. Morning says no girl can resist pink. Plenty of women were stopping for photos. The steak and burger place probably got extra business from it. Next to it, another tree with people posing. Up close, we saw the clever touch, a rotating reindeer sleigh in flight. This tea house was packed, great business. A pot of tea and 4 small snacks. And you can sit in the sun chatting or upstairs overlooking the canal. We'd seen a similar purple tree in the mall. This is the supersized version. There's Santa on the wall. Morning laughed, saying this must be how Santa really delivers gifts, climbing walls. Lots of stylish young women posing with the tree. This Western restaurant has Santa sitting on its roof. A sanitation worker was taking a break on the bench outside. Their couple set meal is $65. Salad, burgers, steak, fries, pasta, and 2 drinks. Is that pricey where you are? The riverside views always leave Morning in awe. We've reached the end of the street. Here's the official entrance. In the evening, We made it to the downtown pedestrian shopping street. This is where young people gather for Christmas. Double-decker carousel and Christmas trees, perfect photo spots. While we were admiring the scene, a promoter suddenly approached. She politely asked for a small favor to help her meet a quota. She was so sincere, we agreed. She noticed my camera and wished us millions of subscribers soon. For helping her, we got to pick a small gift. After she left, we kept enjoying the holiday setups. Lots of young people dressed as anime characters for photos. This is the busiest intersection downtown. People stop for pictures even while waiting for the light. Here's the pedestrian flow when crossing.
要去那边吗？
On the other side, there's a massive curved outdoor LED screen. It's a local landmark, really impressive in person. We finally arrived at the next spot on our list. This is a shopping mall, but with an open street, like design inside that really softens the usual closed-off feel of traditional malls. It creates this relaxed, easygoing vibe that's quite different. In the little plaza, they've set up a puppet theater. It feels like a fairy tale scene brought to life. The Christmas tree paired with neon lights makes it seem like we've stepped right into a glowing storybook.
下面都是商场。
We miss the puppets coming to life and the parade with people in Venetian masks. For now, we can only admire this 3-meter-tall giant puppet standing guard over the bustling square.
下面是不能直接过去的。
We headed toward our next stop, first crossing an overhead pedestrian bridge. In China, busy intersections almost always have these bridges. It's one of the typical ways big cities handle heavy foot traffic and complicated roads. On the bridge, a man was singing to raise money for his sick child. We couldn't tell if the story was true, but morning hoped it wasn't. That red building in front of us is one of the few remaining Western-style structures from the early modern era in Hangzhou. It's over 100 years old. These red brick buildings with arched walkways used to house important places like courts or banks back in the Republican period. There's a small fortune-telling stall here. It's part of traditional Chinese divination culture, a bit like tarot cards. If you're interested in fortune-telling, let us know in the comments. We might cover it in a future video. We were drawn in by live music and quickened our pace. A small folk music performance was going on. The two performers were dressed in traditional Chinese clothing. The one in white was playing the guzheng, and the one in red was playing the pipa. Both are ancient classical instruments with deep history in China. More and more young people these days are happy to wear traditional outfits out and about. Traditions aren't just tucked away in museums anymore. The new generation is bringing them into everyday life with ease. Yes, we found ourselves under yet another Christmas tree. This one is decorated beautifully. Lots of people are lining up for photos with the cute Christmas bears. I noticed a line forming over there. Guess what it was for? A real Santa Claus. Everyone queued patiently for a picture with him. Following morning, we ended up near a stage where staff were setting up sound equipment. The event hadn't started yet, so we decided to wander a bit more. That's when we spotted a fully equipped photographer. He had his own camera, lights, and a big tablet slung over his shoulder. He asked if we wanted photos taken. There are plenty of these photographers working the crowd here. Just then, A couple asked Morning to take a photo for them with their instant camera. After a quick explanation of how it works, Morning went full pro mode.
1、2、3。
They loved the shot. To thank us, they offered to take one of us too. We knew the film is expensive, so we politely declined and wished them a great time. We saw more of those photographers. They not only take pictures, but guide poses and expressions. Once shot, the photo appears instantly on their tablet. They edit on the spot and deliver right there. One person handles the whole operation. Super efficient. We kept marveling at how professional they are, carrying expensive gear through the crowds, looking for clients. I wonder how much they make in a night, though a lot of them seem to be waiting for business. There's even a Christmas market here. We saw some foreign visitors chatting happily with vendors, wishing all our international friends in China a warm, joyful holiday season full of cross-cultural magic and unforgettable memories. The market mostly sells mulled wine, warm food, scented items, and accessories. Morning said it would be perfect if it snowed. Time was running short, so we headed back to the performance area. The seats were already full. Let's see what was coming up. The kids performed amazingly. The crowd cheered and applauded non-stop. It was a children's choir invited to celebrate Christmas with everyone. It was getting late, so we left the area and headed to the supermarket. We took the metro and arrived at the mall. In many Chinese cities, metro stations connect directly to big shopping malls. You can walk straight into the mall without ever going back up to street level. It's super convenient. We were about to head to the supermarket when we spotted a pink Santa Claus and immediately followed him. Morning mentioned this Santa has gone viral on Chinese social media lately because he's so handsome. I was curious just how handsome. We followed him to the spot and couldn't believe the crowd. He had superstar level popularity. First, he handed out some Christmas gifts. Then he started posing for photos. Everyone lined up nicely. Some netizens jokingly commented that foreigners have to work on Christmas when they're in China. Kind of tough when you think about it. But he actually replied, "True, but it makes us happy to see all of you enjoying the event." Most people lining up for photos with him were young women. They handed phones to staff, who found angles and snapped shots smoothly. Everyone cooperated perfectly. Everyone here is lining up patiently for a photo with him. In your eyes, is this pink-suited Santa handsome? Would you queue up for a picture with him? This mall is right in the heart of downtown Hangzhou. It's a fairly new, large, international-style shopping center. For this Christmas, they've gone all out with absolutely stunning holiday decorations. Walking through it feels like stepping straight into a fairy tale world. You can't help but look up, half expecting to spot Santa and his sleigh flying across the sky. Huge crowds of young people are here, snapping photos non-stop. Some are even braving the cold just to get that perfect shot. In the crowd, we spotted some cosplayers dressed as their favorite characters, creating their own unique and wonderful holiday memories on this global celebration. Another different Christmas setup here. Morning finally got her wish for snow. It's foam from a machine, but when those white flakes land on your hair or in your palm, it really feels like a winter fairy tale. Merry Christmas, everyone! We took the metro to our final stop of the day. During busy times, trains come every 2 minutes. No worries about being late for work or dates. Driving on the roads is more likely to get you stuck in traffic. Even though the cars were packed, it was pretty quiet. Everyone's used to scrolling on their phones. We've arrived at the last stop, a big chain supermarket. Morning had seen online that they had a Christmas sale with plants, decorations, and ornaments. We tried to pick the healthiest, most perfect tree from the batch, hoping it'll thrive in our home. Can you believe this tree costs just $3? And they even throw in some free decorations. This Chinese version of a Christmas tree is called a fragrant pine. Back home, we started decorating our little Christmas tree. All the ornaments spread out on the table were handmade by Morning, stitched one by one with her own hands. Every single one you see in the video is her creation. Morning put so much heart into making our place feel festive. Thank you, Morning, for all your effort. You've made this Christmas truly unforgettable and added so much color to our lives. Finally, we wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.